which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll now do a board roll call. Director Ballantyne? Here. Director Coleman? Director Barney? Director Morgan's here. Director Allred?
Here.
Okay, so we have 3 present, 2 absent. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion to approve the agenda is presented.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Roll call.
No, don't need to.
No one's on the list.
So
Oh, right. Yeah.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Okay, the ayes carry. The agenda is approved. Item 2 is community announcements and public comments on items not on the agenda. So, yep.
Yeah,
Sure.
push the button next. Hi, I'm Kathy Hansen, and I just wanted to report on our Plain Crazy Saturday that was held on the 16th. It was fabulous. We were commemorating the 20th anniversary of the first powered flight of Spaceship One that was held December 17th, 2003, which was the 100th anniversary of the Wright brothers' flight at Kitty Hawk. And Bert did that on purpose. But anyway, Bert zoomed in and talked for quite a while. Mike and Sally Melville were here, and Channel 23 News was here. The Mojave Transportation Museum made a plaque. I have it, left it over there with you, but commemorating the 20th anniversary, and I would like very much if the airport could place it out by the Spaceship One replica with the other plaques. It's heavy, it's sturdy, it's able to be outside. I requested that. And South Street Digital in Tehachapi made the plaque for us. It has a picture of Brian Benny on Spaceship One. And Bert was adamant in letting everybody know that this was a privately funded event into space. It was no government funds at all. And Chuck Coleman was our speaker, and he was chase pilot and for that flight. And Mike Melville was in the chase plane as well. And Chuck showed a picture of the people that worked on Spaceship One. 26 people. And it was just fabulous. And what a great day. Scott Glazier's Airmanship Foundation had a formation clinic. So there was lots of activity on the flight line, which pleased all of the attendees because there were lots of airplanes flying in and taking off and in formation. And then Todd Schultz brought his AN2 over from Tehachapi with his train horn announcement, which is a little unusual. And people always say, is there a train in the sky? No, it's just the AN2. And he said, I just did it because it was goofy. And it is, but it's pretty neat. But Chuck gave a fabulous talk, and not only about being the chase pilot for Spaceship One, but for training the actors in the movie Top Gun Maverick. There was actually a guy that was afraid to fly that Chuck took up, and all of a sudden he loves flying now. So Tom Cruise apparently wanted the actors not to look terrified when they're in the back seat of an F-18, which is asking a lot. But Chuck spent 9 months training these actors to experience high G loads. I mean, up to 7 Gs. I mean, I think I'd pass out at 3 or 2 or maybe 1. No, not really. But I don't like Gs and I don't like turbulence. But anyway, it was a very interesting program. Well, the room was packed, and I think I have to send Tim this video from Channel 23. They put it up on YouTube, and I thought was very nice. So good publicity, aviation aerospace publicity for Mojave Air and Spaceport. But I just wanted to bring up a couple of things. I've gotten some feedback from some members of the community. Next time you plan a big toy giveaway or whatever, please try to include some of the people in the community, like the Chamber and the Elks and people who've done this for years. Well, I was on the Chamber board for many years, and we're all volunteers, and we freely give, and we're all about giving back to the community, and we appreciate it. We appreciate what the airport does, but they would like to feel included. They did have a dinner of their own over at the Veterans Building that was very successful. But again, it's hard to get volunteers nowadays. Everybody, well, doesn't seem like anybody wants to work, whether they're volunteering or getting paid. But it's hard for the different organizations. So it would just be nice to be inclusive. And yeah, Mojave's struggled for a long time. Mojave Airport is, in my opinion, I love this place. It's the best airport on the planet. And you can go anywhere in the world and everybody knows where Mojave Air and Spaceport is. We also commemorated, by the way, the 37th anniversary of the flight of Voyager. And today would be day 6 of their flight. And it was a 9-day voyage, 9 days, 3 minutes, 44 seconds from Edwards Air Force Base to Edwards Air Force Base. And I was there for the takeoff and there for the landing. And it was pretty neat. There were several opportunities for them not to have made it, but they did. And again, put Mojave on the map. So just wanted to let you know those things. I also had to say that when I saw that big backhoe excavator tearing down that last hangar, sorry. Those hangars were special to me. I remember Daryl Greenmeyer had his Bearcat in one of them before he set the speed record. And he had his F-104 in Wally McDonald's hangar before he set the speed record in the 104. A lot of good memories in those hangars. I hated to see him go. I understand the T hangars, they were used when they were put up. But the 2 hangars on each end, they could have been saved. They were good hangars. One Dan built, and it faced the east. But I know you're saying that the FAA did it because of wingspan, but I'm thinking, my Lord, I'm looking at the wing. What kind of wingspan would that be? Straddle hunch, maybe. I don't think he'll use 08, but anyway, just wanted to express my sadness. And we need hangars, and we need affordable hangars. I think we've run off a lot of good people, and they're all kids to me. You think of Aaron Hambrick and some of those people. It was always fun to go to their hangar because they always had it open. They were always working on their airplanes. Now they're somewhere else. So just want to encourage the board to maybe build some hangars and make them affordable for these great, great kids that we have working on this airport. And that's another thing. that event center should be used for some of these guys and gals that work here. They have kids too. Let's do an aviation event in there where they can fly model airplanes. We did indoor fly-ins several years, and wow, were they successful? Because they had the kids building little balsa wood and tissue paper airplanes. They're gliders, and then they'd have them compete and throw them, and to see their eyes light up, it was really fun. That's planting aviation seeds in those kids, and that's what we need to do as an airport. Thanks. Just my 2 cents.
Kathy, thanks for your enthusiasm and your contributions. Plane Crazy was amazing this past Saturday. Very well attended. Got to see a lot of old friends that flew in from, even in Northern California. And, yeah, that was really cool. Okay. Any other community announcements, public comments?
I am Dean Sost, and I know you guys don't know me except for Jim Ballantyne and Scott Nobby. I come to you today with requests that I be allowed to maintain my occupancy in Hangar 948. I understand or have been made aware that the current owner, Jeff Pontius, is selling the hangar to you, or to Mojave, at the end of this month, and that there's a question as whether I could be able to stay in the hangar. I've been on this airport since 1978. It's a long time. I've worked for most of the major affiliates here, Avtel, Flight Systems, Tracor, all that. And throughout all these years, there's always been the ability to be able to have my own aircraft here, which I've had many, and to operate and meet and interact with pretty much everybody on the airport. Okay. Now I've been told that I had to come to you guys to get permission to stay in my hangar. I've been in this hangar for almost 20 years now. I do my business out of there. I support people like Gauntlet Aviation and several other companies. We do specialized aircraft. Plus, we also maintain a lot of general aviation aircraft. And we have no FBO on this field. So people that can do that are highly recommended and highly sought for. So, I've done a lot on this airport. I've supported a lot of people on this airport. I've always paid my bills. I've never gotten back on my hangar rents, and always maintained a good relationship with my customers and so forth. So my request is that I be allowed to stay in my hangar. Mojave's already set a precedent to allow people to stay in their hangars when they're purchased by the airport. Jeff Pontius sold his 2 other hangars that he had, and one of the persons has been allowed to stay. So there's been a precedent already set for that. Okay. I owe the airport no money whatsoever. I paid up all my bills as of last October, just so that I would have somebody speaking. So the question is whether I'll be able to stay in my hangar or have to be forced to move out. Will be up to you. Director Ballantyne has known me for many, many years. I hope he can think kindly of me and what I do. I have other people that I've requested to be here, but they can't, unfortunately. But we've done many things. We supported the movies that have come here. Hot Shots, for one. We provided some of the aircraft there and worked with them. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to be in aviation. I just turned 70, so There's going to be a time when I'm going to have to give it up, but now is not the time. So I respectfully request that you approve my application to be allowed to stay in my hangar so I can continue the business and keep supporting the Mojave dream. Thank you.
Okay, anyone else have any comments? Announcements? Yes, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Roger Hilliard. That doesn't mean much to anybody around here, but I have seen many talented people come, and unfortunately some of them leave this airport. And there's a lot of people here that have the airport airplanes, and they need people with talent to know how to service those airplanes. And I've known this gentleman over 20 years now, I think. And he's always been available to do that job with people that can't get it done. And I would think it'd be a terrible loss to this airport to lose his services. They're not that easy to come by. And he's spent his time, he's got a little bit of future left. I think you should utilize that to your best advantage. And I watched this morning a hangar being emptied of stored material that looks like it'd be a good place to have an airplane or somebody that would run a business out of there do that. I've seen other hangars here that have gone to the airport and they're parking airport vehicles in there. I don't know if that still exists, but that's the last I've seen of it. I don't see that this airport can accommodate an asset. I hope you guys take that into consideration. Thank you.
Okay, that's it. Yes?
I also like to say a couple of things for Dean, because I really think that it's great to have a person like him at the airport with his business. We have our own little airplane, and twice I was not able to go up, and a person locally, he was right there, and his skill is just, it's such an asset. And yeah, it would be, I watched the California City, how people uses the hangars for something other than aircraft. And I think it's great to have a business with a skilled person that can accommodate all the general aviation, local needs, and whatever else aviation. I think he has a lot of background. He's very capable, and I would really, really regret if he needs to leave. Yeah, I wanted to say that. And I'm actually in a couple of months, because we had a new airplane and we had a couple of problems with it since September. And yeah, I don't know, you know, last month I couldn't even go up, and I would not know what to do. It's sitting in California City. I wouldn't know what to do if it wasn't for Dean going out, being locally here in Mojave. I live in Mojave, and to go and service that airplane. I wouldn't know what to do, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. And I would hate to see him leave if that's so. Yeah, please consider. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Lynn.
Good afternoon. I just wanted to give a quick update on the AES Gooder Food giveaway that happened here on Thursday. AES sponsored the food that was provided, and we were able to hand out like almost 300 bags of canned and dried foods along with fresh produce in about 4 hours. It was a pre-registration, and at the end of the day, they took anybody that showed up. So that was a really good turnout for that. And then on Saturday, we had our Chips for Kids toy drive giveaway, as well as the Christmas tree event giveaway. And we had almost 300 tickets for the Christmas trees given away, and that's based on 1 ticket per family. And not every family wanted to partake in that, as well as almost 800 toy tickets for children, for 1 child per ticket. So it went out, and a lot of happy kids.
Will this food giveaway be every month?
AES normally does several food giveaways throughout the year. So since this was the first time that we've worked together, we are going to be meeting again to discuss the potential of having it happen more often.
Okay, I actually heard from the community, several people said they really appreciated it. And I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
It was a last minute put together deal. We were able to help them do the drive up food giveaway out of the kitchen prep area in the event center. So they had pallets of food delivered, and then we sent the notice to the chamber. They sent it out. I sent it out, and then I think we inked the contract actually the day before the event. So we had the flyer made up, but it was just getting some of the paperwork done. But it was really good, and for a short notice, it was a really good turnout.
Well, I appreciated it. The director having been able to do it for the community.
Yeah,
So,
that.
Like I said, I've heard from the community, which I didn't know anything about. It's like a little out of the loop, but
It happened very fast, and
that's fine. No,
yeah,
fast is good.
yeah. We tried to make it. We tried to make it happen. They actually reached out after they were unable to find another location close in Mojave, and so they reached out, and then we just made it happen.
Good job.
So, and that's it.
Okay, next thing is item 3, consent agenda. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sure.
My wife spoke about her plane.
Well, we've had an AMP mechanic for the last 15 years. And then we had Bruce Bell that passed away. And our AMP mechanic got a job at the Strata launch. And now he's no longer here. You know, there is one guy here that covers all 3 areas in aviation for small aircraft. I haven't found anybody else here that can do this. You've got an asset here now, and I'm the owner of the building 10. Might be moving out shortly. I don't know. If the price is right, I'll move. If some price is not right, I'll just keep it for another 20 years. Take care.
Okay, so that's the extent of community announcements or public comments. So we'll do consent agenda, and
I'll motion to approve consent items A and B.
Okay. Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Aye. All those opposed? Okay. Motion passes for the consent agenda, approved with 1 motion. Now we're on to action items. We have 1 item under action items, Cascade Trust lease assignment to Grace One Holdings.
Mr. Vice President, members of the board, we discussed this at the last meeting. This is follow-up from the board's request to confirm what activities would occur in Building 10 if the name were to be changed from Cascade Trust to Grace One Holdings. We did talk with the owner, who's actually here right now, to confirm that the transfer of the name is for estate planning purposes and for tax preparation. No intended change of use. So the recommendation is that still move forward. Is that the staff recommends approval of the assignment and authorization for the CEO to execute the agreement with council approval.
Okay. So, any other comments from directors?
I'm just curious, Gene. I kind of used to know. What are you doing there? Okay, that's kind of what I thought. But, so okay, so it's just kind of sitting vacant until you can sell it.
No, anyway, Dave, I do want large affecting period.
Okay, no, that's what I used to know 400 years ago. And
1 month there, I do know.
yeah,
And they can go in one every 20 minutes.
well, very good. Thank you.
Okay. I have a motion
I'll motion to approve the lease with the authority for the general manager to sign it.
That's second. Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? It's unanimous, passes. Item 5 is reports.
Mr. Vice President, members of the board, to touch on just a couple of things really quick. Taxiway Alpha electrical rehabilitation. We are still in the works of drafting the final set of contract documents and plan to have the contracts in front of the board by the next meeting. Oh, sorry? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Just as a reminder, we're trying to keep a close eye on the times for this project due to the lead time for the materials. But outside of that, we think that the project should be scheduled for 44 calendar days once the materials arrive. For the inland port, I do not have any updates at this time. Water main system update. We're still looking for anticipated start date. I imagine now it's going to be early January, but it's going to take about 30 days. In the affected areas during the project, will affecting Roper Street. We'll have traffic control for that. The water system hydraulic modeling. Ian Hunt is still putting together plans for the water demand information. They're looking. They indicated to us they think they'll have it done by December. I think that more likely will be early January.
Just to clarify, that's the drainage.
This is actually for, and Floyd, you can fill in any gaps here, but this is actually for the water demand on the entire airport.
The demand, okay. It's not, okay, it's not, okay.
A couple of the highlights really quick, and I apologize, I did get a couple of bits of information in the last day or so, so I just want to include it really quick. Tomorrow, I do meet with the FAA for our ACIP grants proposals. It's really interesting because we do have for 2024 our general aviation rehabilitation project listed as the #1 project. Low probability because of priority based on what the FAA considers to be a higher priority project versus lower priority project. But they did, the ADO office did reach out to us a couple months ago asking if the project was shovel ready. We think that that's a positive sign, that there's potential that this project could actually come to fruition. So we're going to still advocate for that tomorrow when we meet with the FAA. This just happened actually yesterday, but I think it's worth you guys checking out. Building 58, this building here, the man gate for the pilots, like transient pilots. We did replace that. It does have a PIN code. We will have a sign. The sign's on order already. It's going to be just like what you see at other general aviation airports, especially like at Foxfield, where it gives the sign will say to the pilots what the code is for that gate, so that they can They know it when they leave, and they can use it to come back onto the airport. Let's see here, and just to keep you guys in the loop about this, B3K they're going to forward our proposal to construct 3 medium-sized box hangars for specifically for transit and testing operations. They're forwarding that to GoBiz, which is the organization in the state that's trying to promote and build aviation and aerospace here in California. So we'll see if there's any teeth or if there's any opportunity for funding for that. And other things are just coming up really quick. We covered the Chips Toy Drive. We did meet with the staff met with Scale Composites to discuss the possibility of accepting one of their Swift aircraft they'd like to donate to the airport, put on display at the gate or at the front entrance with the other gate guardians, the other aircraft. I will collect more information, propose that to the board once we get more information on it. And that's all I have for the board.
Okay. Item 6 is director comments on items not on the agenda.
I've got one.
Yes.
Doubt if you noticed it, and Chuck, probably Diane. Are you familiar with Oak Creek Road?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Holt Street? Okay, that's where the 4-way stop signs are. There's one to go over the bridge.
Yeah.
Have you noticed the footings they're putting in for towers? This one will carry power. They're quite large. Probably got 24 anchor bolts to hold them, which is about 1.5 miles off of the approach end of 8.
Right.
Usually county, this is a big question for Tim, gives notice to the district of any construction projects that might affect this. Were you aware of that?
Yeah, they have to file 7460. I imagine, and Floyd, do you know if that had been done?
I'm speculating because I'm not surprised on exactly what's happening, but I would guess that that's the Louisiana project, which would have to.
Okay, and is that, do you know the height of the tower? I mean,
I don't know.
I would guess they're 150 to higher. Is that going to be an issue with our approach? It's about 1 mile, I'm guessing.
If it's the project that I believe that it is, but there was a construction document.
There was, okay. Oh, I don't know.
Yes,
I just looked at those bases and thought, that's not for no 80-foot pole.
Right.
So,
Can we follow up on that and confirm that
yeah, these look like the
someone
big,
might do one of those big forgiveness things, once it's done?
well, usually the county's real good about notifying us, so I'm just wondering.
Sure.
There is a
Was it looked
project
at?
East of the airport that is transitioning in that area, and that's what I think it is, but I will.
Could be. It looks like it's headed to DWP, but could be. Okay.
I will.
Okay, it's just when I saw those bases, I thought, that's no 80-foot pole. That could be a 200-foot, 250-foot tower. And it was just a concern because it's so close to the approach end. Will it be properly ball lighted or, we don't have any instances. Airplanes hanging in. Anyway, that's all I had.
Is there, let's see, Lynn's still here. Lynn, do you have any comments on Kathy's mention of not being inclusive with the rest of the town's community? Was there some coordination or something that maybe her secondhand information was not right? I don't know.
Actually, I do. So the Chamber of Commerce was involved, as well as the Elks and a few of the other members from the Chamber. We met earlier this year. They offered volunteers. Some of their volunteers helped. Some of them did not show. Some of them attended late. So they were involved. We've been giving them flyers. My point of contact besides Ted was Travis Barons over at the Elks, and they actually even donated a couple of the trees that they had for the event. Mm-hmm. So we did have some involvement with them. I also reached out to some of the other businesses, went out there in person, brought flyers on several days, and that they could post the announcements of the event, and also gave them the opportunity to participate. Other than Starbucks, we did not get any participation from any of the other businesses.
Thanks. Any other director's comments? I'd just like to say something about the community coming in and providing support for Dean Seuss. I don't know him. Just by reputation, the only thing I know of is we've had reports here in the past of repeated late payments on numerous occasions, which contradicted his statement to the contrary. Anyone else have any thoughts or comments on that? That needs to be discussed. I don't know.
I don't. He does have a somewhat spotted history.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an action item, so there's nothing
Yeah,
more to
no, I
do
know.
today anyway.
Thoughts or comments, because
So-
it deserves some kind of acknowledgement that so many people can express it. We say something, but okay. So, any other director comments? No. Okay. So at this time, we'll go into closed session to cover 3 items. So, if we could, we're gonna close the
Yep.
remote connection.
So mic's off, right? Because there's no
Yep.
one.
Yep.